What I'd love to know right now what Thabo Sishwane's corner is about to say to him in terms of advice.
I think they'll be telling him exactly what he was doing from the start. I mean, he needs to take the punch. I mean, sorry, he needs to take the fight to Cloitus Mbele, which is, I mean, he has definitely taken the foot off the pedal a little bit, and the crowd as well just getting a bit agitated, as you were saying, Brian. They are now behind Cloitus Mbele because they can see that Cloitus Mbele is a true boxer.
Yeah,
he's a man who sticks to his plan, and he picks his punches really, really well. Yeah, but I think both the two fighters really need to start throwing a lot more.
Cloitus Mbele is certainly the more relaxed of the two. He knows exactly what his game plan is here tonight, and he's been sticking to it, Leslie. This is the penultimate round that we're getting into, the round number 5. It's just been called by our match official.
By the timekeeper, Mr. Nangoku Tetani. This is the second last round of the Premier Boxing League, PBL. Thabo Sishwane versus Cloitus Mbele.
And to our viewers, Leslie, also not to forget to follow us on Twitter on @PBL_ZA. Also visit our website to check out the log standings on www.premierboxingleague.co.za. Cloitus Mbele trying to find his man right now, just throwing punches, and Thabo Sishwane moving around, avoiding each and every one of those punches.
That's exactly what he's doing right now, Brian. The two fighters, you can see, are fighting with a little bit more urgency. They realize that this is the second last round of the fight, and you never know. You don't always want to just leave it to the referee, to the judges, because sometimes it might not go your way. We've seen that happening in the first PBL.
Yep, where Uvusumzi Tyatyaka thought he had won that match after knocking Bogolo down twice, and Bogolo actually came back to win it even after those two knockdowns. But back to this one, Leslie, that was fight night 1. This is fight night 2. As we take a look at Cloitus Mbele versus Thabo Sishwane. Sishwane moving around his man, trying to find out exactly which direction I must move in to find this guy, because hey, it's been a difficult evening, man. He is not standing still for me to deliver on what my promises were yesterday to the crowd. Instead, let me turn around.
As a referee, Siapo is just warning him. He has done it a few times where he just keeps turning around. You do know that in boxing, of course, you can't hit a guy on the back of the head.
Of course.
But he does it deliberately, time and time again, when he realizes that he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, no, and I think that's exactly why Siapo just gave him a warning there, saying, hey, mamelapha mfana wam, le nto yenzayo azange ndayibona. Zakubetha ngoswazi into elandelayo.
Uyamxwayisa.
Yeah, exactly. Thabo Sishwane is still trying to find his man there and trying to find that effective punch that's going to knock him down or even knock him out. It just hasn't happened for him here tonight, and I think it's a little bit frustrating for him. He's still coming in though, and Cloitus Mbele is just timing his man, waiting for him to come in. Every time Thabo Sishwane tries to come through and swings that looping left hand, Sishwane just, in fact, Mbele just responds with one straight right hand. Every time.
That big straight right has given Sishwane problems right throughout the night.
Left hand now goes in and lands on the chin of Cloitus Mbele, on the face of Sishwane actually.
He's got very good movement, this Cloitus Mbele. You can see that he reads his man really, really well, bidding his time and just waiting for Sishwane to commit, and once he commits, he punishes him. Just counter punches.
Every time, as we see Thabo Sishwane now switching to a southpaw as well, trying to find that elusive punch that has just not gone his way tonight.
Not at all, Brian, not at all.
He's just not been able to find that punch that is going to knock his man down, and I'm sure it's frustrating for him because he expected a heck of a lot more, or at least a heck of a lot less in terms of defense. We take a look at the action replay right now. As they stand up there, you know, Cloitus Mbele watching his man very carefully. That straight right hand from Mbele, always just feathering his man and finding him before he follows up with the left hand. Thabo Sishwane also throwing a flurry of punches there and, you know, ducking when it's relevant. He is boxing in a very smart manner, Leslie. It's just that we haven't seen the action that he promised. I think he overpromised and now he's under-delivering.
Now he's under-delivering, and the crowd, as you rightfully observed, Brian, are getting a little bit agitated. But here we go for the final round of Premier Boxing League. This is the first fight in the second edition of Premier Boxing League.
Oh, they clash.
That's a head. We've been talking about that.
He takes a knee. We've been talking about that, and that's exactly what has happened. They've just clashed.
As the doctors jump in, that's Dr. Ndlovu and Dr. Sihlobo just jumping in there and assessing the situation.
The referee, they're verifying that it was an accidental clash of heads. And it is no knockdown. She did say as it happened that it is no knockdown. It's an accidental clash of heads. And the medical team is seeing to Thabo Sishoane right now. While Cletus Mbele stands in his neutral corner, almost waiting, are we continuing now? He was hurt there, Thabo Sishoane, as he went down.
But it has been quite an interesting fight so far. As a referee, Sia Boy keeps telling us that it was accidental, guys. And the two doctors just assessing the situation at this stage. They will then give us
the crowd
leeway.
Getting a bit antsy behind us here, Leslie. They want to see more of the action. And if you take a look at the face of Thabo Sishoane right now, you can tell that's a very angry man. He wanted to finish strong, and he looked quite strong. I mean, he was still in this match. It's not like he was losing it. In fact, I think this match was always going to end up as a split decision. Looking at my cards, I mean, these guys have been landing effective punches, and they've been fighting a very clean fight all along. I mean, a couple of slips here and there. And it's very unfortunate that it has to end this way. But it is boxing. It's a contact sport. Kids, don't try this at home. Very disappointing for Thabo Sishoane.
Please, a round of applause for both of our fighters. Nothing intentional. Awesome match so far.
Good sportsmanship shown by both boxers then. Good sportsmanship shown by both boxers there, Les. And you can, if you take a look at the fighting Prince, he's standing over there saying to his crowd, I was still strong for this. It's just very unfortunate that it's happened to him, in fact.
Fighters to the center of the ring.
Let's go to Kez for the official results.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge Chuluba scores the fight 48-47. Judge Mtia scores the fight 48-47. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision, Sishoane.